The most difficult chapter of the book for me to write, the most difficult chapter for me to write, was about election night and the day after. It was really, really, really difficult. It was tough. It was hard. And so, in writing the book, I would check with various people who were on the journey with me. This is what I experienced. Did you see? Did you whatever? To get feedback. And when I was writing that chapter of the book, it's the first time I asked Doug, my husband, what election night was like for him. It's the first time he and I talked about it, when I was writing the book. There's some times when it's just so traumatic, you just really don't want to, you need time. So we started talking about it. And I did not know until I was writing this book. So for election night, every election I've had, we do friends and family dinner, and then we go to where everybody is hanging out for the campaign. So this was no different, and the house was full of family. And that morning, my brother-in-law, Tony, and Doug left to go to Michigan. We had been in Philly the night before, didn't get back until after midnight. We did the Philly steps, the Rocky steps, the night before the election. We got back to DC, then Tony and Doug left for Michigan. And I was doing all the election day stuff. And when they were in Michigan, it felt really good. They were like, we're gonna do this. The people on the ground said, we're gonna get this done. They were feeling really good. We were all feeling really good. But what had happened next is that they were coming back, and on their way back, they got a call from a friend of ours who was a Democrat who is one of the opinion people at Fox News, one of the few Democrats at Fox News who speaks. And this friend called him and said, what are you all hearing? Because I'm in the boiler room at Fox, and they're telling me some stuff that's very troubling. So Doug and Tony came back, and when Doug got back to the house, I knew something was a little off, but there was so much happening. What I learned in the conversation he and I had is, one, I did not know that conversation had happened, that friend had been at Fox and told him that Doug had, when he got home, was so overwhelmed by what he heard and worried about it. It hit him hard out of the blue. He went upstairs to take a shower and prayed. And that night ended up being what it was. And so I write about it. But back to the point about fighting. So the next day, so we had planned a victory speech at Howard University, my alma mater, election night. And a lot of people came in town. A lot of people had come in town, and because we were not certain of the outcome, former Congressman Cedric Richmond went out to the stage that night and told everybody, she's not coming out, we'll be back tomorrow when we get more information. And then we learned that we didn't win. And I was writing my speech, because it was really important to me to come out on that stage the next day and speak to the hope and the excitement in a way that it wasn't extinguished. And I was trying to figure out how to reconcile what I said every time on the stage, which was, when we fight, we win, with what happened. Because my feeling was, this is not about, you win some, you lose some. This is not what that was. And so, at the last minute, almost right before I took the stage at Howard, I wrote into my speech what I know the truth to be, which is, look, sometimes the fight takes a while. Sometimes the fight takes a while, period. And that's how we have to think about moments like that, whether it be turning Texas blue or anything else. Sometimes the fight takes a while, but we don't tire and we don't give up and we are not deterred. We will rest when we need to, but then we get back out there.